My name is Miss Schumacher, and this is science class for pre-kindergarten and kindergarten. Today, we are going to study the seasons. Let's get started. You will need your observation eyes and your thinking brains. If you can, I would highly suggest making a science journal. You'll need writing tools. You could also use a camera or a magazine today with glue and make a seasons collage. Let's get started and I'll show you how to use these things. Last week, we learned who a weather expert is. Do you remember who a weather expert is? A weather expert is called a meteorologist. That's right. A meteorologist is someone who studies the weather. As junior meteorologist, your job last week was to start thinking about the weather. Let's check in with some of our junior scientists from across the metro and see how their week looked.
Yesterday I observed 3 times. In the morning, no sun is cold. And in the afternoon, the sun starts coming out and is getting a little bit warmer. During at night, it got cold. Temperature dropped. I could see the moon coming out. The clouds cover it.
A meteorologist studies weather. The 4 seasons have distinct weather in the Midwest. It is time to think about the seasons. Do you know how many seasons there are? Did you say 4? That's right. How many seasons are there? There are 4 seasons. Do you know them? Let's say the seasons together. Are you ready? Winter, spring, summer, fall. We know there are 4 seasons. Now it's time as junior scientists to close our eyes and visualize. If you are someone who likes to draw, now would be a time that you could sketch. As you're thinking, put it down through your fingers and onto the paper. That's one way to show your thinking as a scientist. But for me, I'm just going to think in my brain. I'm going to think about what I feel, what I would see, what I would smell, what I could hear, and maybe even what I could taste during the different seasons. Right now, let's close our eyes and visualize what happens during the winter. What did you visualize would happen in the season of winter? Brrr! Look at what I thought about. I thought about my dog Bonnie. There she is. Bonnie's in her dog sweater because she's in the snow. And look, there's Miss Schumacher's junior scientists, Lillian and Juniper. Juniper's about ready to throw a snowball, and Lillian's ready to go sledding. What did you think about when you thought about what you would do in the season of winter? What's next? After winter comes, do you remember? It's going to start getting warmer. The birds are going to start coming back to Missouri. It will be spring. Close your eyes, junior scientist, and visualize what you like to do in the spring. Junior scientist, what did you think about when you think about the springtime? I thought about bike rides. I love to go to the park and ride my bike to get there. At the park in the spring, I start to notice that the flowers are growing and butterflies are out. Are you ready to visualize? That means you are going to think about what you like to do in the season of summer. Junior scientist, what do you think about when you think about the season of summer? One thing I've noticed is that my scientific brain always thinks about doing something outside. That's right. When we talk about the seasons, we have to think about going outside. Take a look at this season. It's the summer. During the summer, it gets hot in the Midwest. That's right. Miss Schumacher loves to go to the pool and take a look over there. That junior scientist loves to get warm in the sun during the summer. What's next? We went from summer. It is now time for the fall. Think about what you will be doing in the fall time. Here we go. Close your eyes and let's visualize what happens in the fall. Junior scientist, what did you visualize happening during the season of fall? Another word for fall is autumn. What do you like to do in the fall? Do you like to throw leaves in the air? Do you like to huddle around a fire and maybe cook s'mores? Things change in the fall. It gets cooler. Let's check in with a junior scientist from across the metro.
I like all the seasons. My favorite thing to do in the winter in the snow is snowball fights and sledding. I really like in the summer is going to the pool with my family. What I really like to do is play in our sprinkler. And in the spring, we take care of Mom's roses.
I can create a scientific collage to show my understanding of the seasons. Junior scientist, one way that we can show our understanding of the seasons is by making a collage. How will you show characteristics of each season? The first thing that I'm going to do to create my collage is to label each page. If I'm going to do it in a journal, I'm going to label each page a different season. Winter, wah. Even if I just get down to the first sound, wah. That's perfect. That is very good scientific writing. When, but I might hear more sounds. Winter. There's winter. I might just have that. In winter, I am going to ask my adult if I can borrow their magazines or use a newspaper and find images that represent winter. Take a look at what I have found. I am going to use tape and put these in my journal. Take a look at my scientific journal. Now I have represented winter. One thing I would suggest is if you have pictures that you have printed, you might look and see if any of them are outside. If they are, you could look and say, I know there's evidence of spring. The leaves have turned green again. And look, there's Miss Schumacher in short sleeves. Thank you for learning science today with Miss Schumacher. It's time for you to head over to Physical Education with Coach H. I will see you next week. Goodbye.